Well, folks, it's the second week of the month, and time for us to take a look at what's going on in arm wrestling in the Northeast during the month of December. Actually, until a couple days ago, I really didn't know of anything as far as tournaments going on in this area. And then I suddenly sort of accidentally discovered the Big Apple Grapple, which is taking place in Farmingdale, New York, run by New York Arm Wrestling. I'll tell you, New York Arm Wrestling, you got to fire your publicity department. This is about 130 miles from me, and I didn't know a thing about it. And the only way I discovered it was happened to see something on somebody's post saying, "Are you going?" But in any event, that is going on, as I say, in Farmingdale this coming Saturday, the 17th of December. A little bit different in that they are having a spectator fee for that one, $10. For spectators, also $10 if you want to pay for the live stream. The regular registration is 30, and so that, as I say, is going on this coming weekend. We have three other things that I did know about going on this coming weekend, all fairly big practices in Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, and Virginia. Closest one to be in Pennsylvania is the Lethal Arms, which is taking place in a place called Angie's in Harrisburg, area. And Angie's kind of a nice place. That's where they hold their usual weekly practices, which I get to from time to time. Nice place. They actually leave two of the tables there. The management lets them leave their tables there. They don't have to haul them in and out. Of course, they're going to be having a lot more than two tables, I'm sure, this week, because attendance always picks up when Paul Lynn's in town, and I gather Paul will be there, for this one. So that, as I say, starts at Angie's in Harrisburg. That starts at 12 noon. And I will not be able to get there because I'm going to one of the others, which is the Granite Arms Christmas party in Manchester, New Hampshire, which also starts at noon. We're hoping to break a record there. Badger Drews takes count every time. And we had 106, I think, possibly 2 years ago, or fairly recently. That's the record. So we're hoping to beat that. They'll be running probably at least 6 tables, as many as can fit into the place. I'm going to take my table up in sit-down format, so we will have that, and also quite a few, in stand-up. So as I say, that's this coming Saturday, the 17th, in Manchester, New Hampshire, with Granite Arms. The third practice I know about is Iron Kings is running one of their big Saturday practices, also the 17th, in Virginia, at a place called Beards and Broads. There's actually 2 Beards and Broads. They were at the one in Harrisburg, Virginia last big practice they had. This one's at the one in Broadway, which is fairly close to Harrisburg in the Shenandoah Valley, just off of Interstate 81. And so that starts at 2:00 on the 17th. So 4 different things going on this coming weekend, 3 practices, 1 tournament. And to be honest with you, that's about all I know for the month of December. The next tournament after that, first one of the new year in this part of the countryside, which I know about, is the Alehouse Arm Wrestling Championships, which is taking place at, interesting enough, a place called the Alehouse Grill, and that is in Bowling Green, Ohio, fairly close to Toledo, up in the northwestern part of state. $25 per arm per class. At that one, they've announced they're going to have 5 super matches, although they don't have details as to who exactly that will be yet, and they'll have an overall king of the table at the end of that one. As I say, that's Saturday, the 7th of January. The week after that, on the 14th of January, an item that does not appear on the printed list, which is attached to this video like they always are, but I'm going to have some personal privilege here and mention. It's a little bit out of the area, but the 14th of January, there will be the Camel City Classic taking place in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. That's camels as in cigarettes, Winston and Salem as in cigarettes. And the reason I'm mentioning it is that is the one at which I will be having my makeup of my stamina challenge match, best of 20, with Hunter Welsh. And so if you're interested in best of 20, and whoever did, because whoever heard of that, As I say, that's going to take place at Camel City Classic in Winston-Salem on the 14th. Other than that, the next tournament in January that I know about is the NuWay Nationals, which is at the Tropicana Casino in Atlantic City. That's on the 28th. But I think what I'll do is I'll hold off and talk about that one till talk about that one next month. So that's really pretty much about, like I say, fairly short list this time. Things are slowing down. The list you'll see does have a good number of things that are already scheduled for 2023, including the IFA Nationals and the IFA Worlds. IFA Nationals being in Joliet, Illinois this year, and the IFA Worlds being in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So those are listed there, as well as quite a few other things coming up in the Northeast and other big things that people from the Northeast might be interested in during the coming year. So unless I happen to see you in New Hampshire, probably won't talk to you between now and the end of the year. So I hope you have a glorious Christmas, a great new year. Incidentally, if you care as much about football as I do, which is frankly not all that much, and you're somewhere in the Allentown, Pennsylvania area, most likely we will be holding our usual Sunday practice on the morning of January the 1st, New Year's Day. And so, if you're in the mood to get some exercise in, about 8 hours after you stumbled into bed in somewhat of an alcoholic haze, we'd certainly be glad to see you. But if we don't see you there, once again, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and I hope to see you somewhere in 2023.